Hello, good people. This is Avril Hatala, and today's Inward Portrait is all about Edward Enninful. Edward was born February the 22nd, 1972. He completed his education at Goldsmiths University of London. Edward is second in Vogue, behind Anna Wintour. You may say that he's her protege. In 2014, he was awarded the Isabella Blow Award, and in 2018, the CFDA Media Award. In 2014, Edward was named Fashion Creator of the Year by the British Fashion Council. He was honored with an OBE in 2016 for services to diversity in the fashion industry. By the way, Naomi Harris has also been awarded this prestigious honor. You should watch the Inward Portrait on Naomi after this. It's really good. Edward is the European editor-director at British Vogue as of August 2017. In this position, he has created the most iconic covers from Beyoncé to the all-black model cover. Edward is Ghanaian and grew up in London. As the immigrant kid, he saw two worlds. At home, it was very much Ghanaian. His mother was very influential to him, and she was a renowned fashion designer in Ghana. But then there was the outside world of 1970s and 80s London, where he ate fish and chips and there were images of Princess Diana in the papers. Edward is a short man with a quiet demeanor, very unassuming. In fact, before becoming the top man at British Vogue, he was on his way to becoming a lawyer. He was discovered on a bus in London, which led to him modeling. As he delved into the modeling world, he started interning at ID magazine, where he rose through the ranks and became the fashion director at 18 years old. This was a time in his life where he was firm in his sexuality and he loved men. It was the 80s and he was soaring through the European fashion scene, working and enjoying his life as a rare jewel in the seat of fashion, all while experiencing racism and classism. From 1996 to 2010, he was a contributing editor for Italian Vogue and for some time with Japan Vogue. He also worked in New York City at the American Vogue, where he worked with Anna Wintour, the global director of Vogue. By the way, watch the Inward Portrait of Anna Wintour after this. It's really good. It was during this time that Edward can be seen as the black male face of Vogue, the former being Andre Leon Talley.
To really say this is a very important moment in the history of fashion, and I am a black American man, and I wouldn't be here today if I didn't rise and sit on the shoulders of the greatest people, it's particularly my grandmother, all of my ancestors, descendants of slaves, as well as Dr. Martin Luther King and all the other people who fought for civil rights, because to this week, Jonathan Newhouse of Condé Nast announced that Edward Enninful, a black man, would be the first black editor of one of the most prestigious Vogues, British Vogue. And he is also an Order of the British Empire. He has been knighted by Queen Elizabeth II. This is a great, great moment in the evolution of black people. I'm so proud of Edward. He sent me an email saying, "Thank you, Andre. You pioneered the way for all of us." I was so moved and touched. I think that's a great, great moment in the history of fashion, high fashion, in the chiffon trenches.
Edward is an enforcer of diversity and inclusion, particularly in the Italian market. While at Italian Vogue, Edward talks of how he matured as a stylist and he learned how to tell a story with images. There he worked with Stephen Mazel, the fashion photographer. The 50-year-old's 2022 memoir titled Visible Man. He discussed his struggle with his multiple eye surgeries and his eyesight. He suffers from sickle cell anemia, which caused his retina to detach constantly, at least 4 times. He suffered depression for 2 years while he took time from working to heal physically and mentally. He was with his partner, Alex Maxwell, for 20 years and married in February 2022 with his longtime partner. Edward has taken the magazine to a new level as the first male and first black chief editor since the 100 years conception of Vogue, He is showcasing social issues and black women as the face of high fashion. His vision seems to be working because under his tenure, Vogue has increased its digital readership by 51%. Edward considers Kate Moss as his contemporary because they started modeling at the same time. He was 16 and she was 14. He hails the 1990s grunge era of fashion to be his and Kate's most iconic time as models. He is industry friends with Rihanna, Naomi Campbell, and Oprah. He can be spotted wearing his signature black pantsuit and spectacles, quietly making boss moves with a gaggle of beautiful women from all walks of life, stamping his taste with their approving smiles. Congratulations, Edward. Keep going. Hello good people, this is Avril Hatala, and I want to remind you that some things being shared in this video is under the Fair Use Copyright Act of 1976. The comments and opinion in this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only.